goblet squat, take hold of your kettlebell, hold it at chest height, try and keep your elbows forwards, and then you're just going to make sure your feet are shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Then you're going to sit down into your squat, try and come down as low as possible, and come up nice and explosive. So control it down, explosive up. So make sure you're keeping your back nice and straight and try and get as deep as possible. So trying to look to go below parallel, or if you can't do that due to back issues or mobility issues, just follow the movement down as low as you can, but still following the correct movement pattern. If you're doing it with a band, it's the same principle. Stand on the band, get your feet shoulder width apart, bring your hands up in front of you so the band is in front. You're then going to squat down and come up nice and explosive. So control it down, come up nice and explosive. So the kettlebell swing, make sure the kettlebell is hanging down between your legs. You're going to hinge at the waist, and similar to the deadlift, swing the kettlebell through, fire up with your glutes. It's nice and explosive. The kettlebell should swing or flick slightly in the topward movement. Just going from the side, so remember, hinge at the waist, and then come up nice and explosive, squeezing those glutes together to fire the kettlebell into the air. If you've only got bands to use, an alternative you can use rather than the swing is a squat and raise. So similar to a normal squat, get your feet shoulder width apart, take hold of the band, start with it hanging down, squat down so the arms are between your legs, and then come up and raising the band into the air so it's around about level with your eyes or your shoulders. So from the side, squat down, back nice and straight, come up nice and explosive, raising the band into the air. A single arm thruster, take hold of the kettlebell, place it on the back of your wrist, make sure you don't have a watch on, or you turn it around so the face is on the front of your wrist. You're going to squat down into a squat and then come up nice and explosively into the air. So control it down, come up nice and explosively into the air. So remember, this can be done with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. If you're doing it with a band, it's the same process. You're just going to stand with one foot on the band, bring it up so it starts at shoulder height, squat down into the movement, come up nice and explosive into the air. So with the halo, take hold of the kettlebell with the handle facing up, start with it at the side of your pocket, come up, around your head, and then bring it round to the opposite pocket. So it's bringing it up and around, back round to the opposite pocket. Making sure you're getting a good rotation. You can bend your knees ever so slightly with this exercise if you need to. If you're using a band, an alternative to the halo is a wood chop. So stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, place the band around one foot, take hold of the band in both hands, and then you come in up and around across your body, okay? So you start from your pocket, bring the band up and across your body in a diagonal direction. So Russian twist, take hold of a kettlebell, hold it around about chest height, lift your feet into the air, lean back, and then rotate from side to side, lowering the kettlebell towards the ground. If you want to make it harder, you can cycle your legs. If you make it easier, you can just lower your feet onto the ground and then go from side to side. In between that, if you want to get a little bit of tension but you can't lift both feet off the ground, you can just lift a single foot off the ground, and that'll increase the tension without having to lift both feet off. If you have to use a band, it's the same principle. Find something to anchor the band to, so a heavy weight or a pole. Once it's wrapped around, let's use this heavy kettlebell. Once it's wrapped around, position yourself, and then you just do a Russian twist, get in position for the Russian twist, and then you rotate to the side. Unlike a full Russian twist, you won't rotate from side to side, you'll just rotate from the centre out to one side. So if you're doing this, you'll need to alternate each round or halfway through the round. Okay, so the pillar to plank, start in a straight arm plank position, then lower yourself down onto the ground, so you're on your forearms, then push yourself back up, okay, using your alternate arms. So just keep going up and then back down. If you want to make this harder, you can do a double-handed version where you push yourself up on both hands at the same time. So lower yourself down on your forearms and then push yourself up with both hands at the same time. Again, if you want to make this easier, all you need to do is just drop down onto your knees and then you can lower yourself down and then back up. So I'll just show you from the front. So we're on the front, single arm, lower down. So you just lower yourself down and then push yourself back up. If it's double-handed, you lower yourself down on both hands and then push yourself back up. Plank jack, you can either do this on your forearms or a straight arm plank. Position your hands roughly shoulder width apart, get into the plank position, and then you're just going to jump your feet in and out. Do it down on your forearms, same position, make sure your hips are nice and level, and then just jump your feet in and out. Close grip push-ups, you want to be placing your hands approximately shoulder width apart. Standard push-up is just slightly wider than shoulder width. Close grip is shoulder width apart, okay? So place them onto the ground, hands onto the ground nice and firmly, hands shoulder width apart, and then when you lower yourself down, your elbows point back towards your heels and then come up. So control it down, when your chin touches the ground, lower yourself back up.